Okay, so it seems that recently there's been a pretty big update in terms of the Filian hiatus and in terms of some of the things that people have been spotting in real life. Now, we've covered recently some of the people that have been wearing t-shirts or having posters or even getting tattoos of Filian and her hiatus, obviously saying Filian is lost. That is the kind of, motto, the kind of, I guess, wording that people have been, using whenever it comes to promoting Filian's hiatus and promoting Filian in general, right? And it has been great to see. But of course, it seems like recently something has kind of popped up in an area over here, and it says Filian fans are taking to the streets and doing a graffiti in protest of her disappearing. Lol. Now, I don't know if that's exactly right. I don't know if it's in protest, but obviously it says massive Filian is lost graffiti appears off Highway 101 in LA just days after her 6 million follower accounts are wiped. And yeah, you can see right here, it is up there. You can see Filian is lost, and it says Los Angeles, Whitley Heights. It seems to be there. Now, of course, in the age of AI and things, it would surprise me if maybe it was. But to be honest, it looks pretty real, right? I mean, a lot of people have been discussing this. You can see the cars going by down there. Again, maybe it would have been nice to see something else kind of pop up. Obviously, got Rima's post about everything, and other people. But again, I do think it is pretty interesting, right? I mean, just taking a closer look at it, it does look pretty legitimate, and I think some people have been spotting it in other places. But people are saying, I guarantee this was paid for and arranged by her. The production is too high quality to just be some fans protesting so shortly after the last stunt. It'd be much more believable if she had to wait a little longer. I said, yep. Plus the tag feels to clean, if that makes sense. I've seen what VTuber fans are capable of. This is way within the bounds of something that some brave fan being brave enough to send a message. Graffiti isn't that common anyways. I said it's definitely a possibility, of framing it as a protest as a silly choice of words, but saying you guarantee it is a stretch. VTuber fans and have orchestrated far more than this. All it takes is for one graffiti artist to think it's funny. It's not like VTuber communities are short on artists who do high quality work of their own volition. I'm not a Filian viewer though. I've seen some clips in the past, but I see a lot of posts just for memes from actual users, and I haven't seen any proof. It's an intentional ad campaign. Accounts were created just for that. It's possible, but why pay for it when fans will do it for free? Most major VTuber rebrands require no intentional effort on the VTuber's part. People will just do the work for them. It will spread through word of mouth. So yeah, obviously, lots of people kind of just debating whether it's Filian that's doing it, whether it's an artist that's doing it, whether it's a paid campaign, because of course it is a pretty odd one, right? Now, pretty much going back to my first point though, I have a big feeling that this is not real, because I think that what I've seen from this, this video, like for example, this one picture here looks very, very clean, right? And maybe someone in Los Angeles can go and take a picture and see if this is actually there or not, because it would be very interesting to see that. But again, it's one of those things where I've looked this up, right? I've looked this up on other social medias, for example, Otaku Newsbeat. Now, I don't know if maybe they go by a different username that I can't find anywhere, but obviously, they kind of, they advertise themselves as Otaku Newsbeat, and they say they've got Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, which obviously is pretty interesting, right? Because obviously a news channel like this never usually has something like a Twitch. But of course, whenever you look up the name over on Twitter or Instagram or any of these other places, I can never find it, right? I can never find an actual account for this, which makes me think that this could be fake, right? Because again, I'm not seeing any kind of I'm not seeing any kind of like source or anything like this for this account. Now, again, that might be just me in terms of like trying to find the username and whatever, and it's just Twitter being Twitter, not showing it to me. But as far as I'm aware, this is the only place I can find it. Now, they do have a source down here, so let's just take a look at that one. And yeah, whenever I look this up as well, it seems to be there is no like kind of evidence of this. It says down here it was the video sources from someone called Kim Jinyan. But again, if I'd search Kim Jinyan just in the same way that they put it there, it's not there, right? I searched up on Instagram, it wasn't there. Maybe it's on TikTok. I don't know. I can have a quick check on TikTok, but again, I feel very skeptical about what this could be, especially within the age of AI and things, it is very easy for it to, you know, kind of spread. Let me have a look. Jinyan. Let's have a little look. Kim Jinyan. No, there's nothing, right? So again, looking on like every platform that this could be shared on, I'm not seeing any kind of, you know, proof of this actually being real. Obviously, a lot of people have been discussing it though, saying she paid someone to spray paint it and probably film it too. So their brand is coming out with out in fall/winter this year. Says, how do you know? So go to jail for Oshi's is crazy work. The Filian fans take to the streets. Yeah, this isn't a fan thing. She totally paid for someone. Trust me, as someone who's lived in Los Angeles for 30 years, people don't do spray painting like this for random niche VTubers. Also, they wouldn't do it so neat and tidy, which I think, yeah, is 100% true. But also, there is this fact of a lot of people saying it's so neat and tidy. And two people pointed this out now that obviously know a little bit about this kind of stuff, saying it's neat and tidy. It is very interesting, right? Because, you know, potentially there could be some kind of either AI or kind of editing or whatever involved in this, because it is so, what do you call it, tidy, right? Potentially that could be the case. I mean, you know, it seems pretty consistent though, the kind of style of it, and maybe that's just due to it, you know, getting better. And maybe it does exist, right? Maybe it does exist, but for example, you know, this A looks just very weird. And does it carry through to that? I mean, it does, I guess. It does kind of stick with that style. So again, it could be real, right? And it's just one of those things where you'd have to kind of wait to see if there's any kind of, you know, so someone that can go and verify this for themselves who lives in LA, that can check that this is real. Because as I said, this is the only place that I'm seeing it. This is the only video that I've seen of this. There's been a lot of people telling me to go look at it. But again, people saying 100% publicity stunt. It reminds me of those Adult Swim promos. You know, if you're saying Filian has aggressively advertised herself before with money, which again, it wouldn't be surprising if this was real, by the way. I feel like, you know, this is something that Filian would maybe do. And with a lot of the, as I said, the poster stuff, the t-shirt stuff, and all of this kind of stuff of people, you know, going out and, you know, repping essentially Filian is lost. That is, you know, that has been a big thing that people have been pointing out. But I do think at the same time, it is getting to a point where it doesn't exactly, you know, this doesn't look real to me in a sense, right? And of course, I mean, I'm just trying to look for any inconsistencies that I can find. But again, it seems that the text is pretty consistent in terms of, you know, how it's put together, in terms of the style. I mean, it's got little dots there. Again, sometimes it might miss out on the little, no, the details are the same, right? So again, I don't know, maybe I'm not sure. I'm really not sure on this one, because as I said, I've found literally no source whatsoever as to where this video has come from. And maybe it's from some other platform that maybe I don't know. Maybe it's from some other place. I'm not sure. But if you say fans of someone, or possibly the person herself who joked about the brutal murder, okay, well, that's crazy. Said, I am of the opinion that an ARG is a bad idea when your average of your IQ of your fan base is 82. And again, a lot of people have been kind of talking about the ARG, right? And saying, is this a part of the ARG because the ARG isn't going on anymore? But you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be a part of the ARG. If this is real and this is legitimate, of course, in the first place, this could just be marketing, right? In a sense, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be something. And they put another source there. So take it on Yatu. Take it on that. We can have a look, right? So tech. What do they call themselves? Take it on. Yeah. Okay. Wait. There's someone there. I saw that. Take it on Yatu 39. There we go. Again. Okay, this is a VTuber account, right? Okay, there we go. Okay, we have someone who does do VTuber stuff, but again, I'm not seeing the original post. So it would be interesting to see, you know, where these are coming from. Again, I'm not sure. We'll have to see, but it is pretty interesting, right? Again, I couldn't find that first account that they were sourcing. Did they source anybody else? I don't think so, right? And it is just like kind of looking at the sources themselves and seeing if the videos are even up. And I'm not even seeing the, you know, the video being up. I'm seeing, you know, them talk about VTubers quite a bit, but I'm not seeing the actual original video. And I don't know who, you know, this person is. And it seems like they're Japanese as well. Like, why would the Japanese person be in LA, right? But like, you know, maybe they are in LA, but there's no like clear sign that they're in LA. It just seems like this is a random Japanese vtuber fan account based in Japan, right? Like, this doesn't seem like someone who's going to Highway 101 in LA, right? Maybe they did. Maybe they made a trip there and you know, saw it, but I'm finding it hard to see unless they reposted it. I guess that could be the case. Again, I'm very skeptical of this information, right? Because again, I'm not seeing any posts on their Twitter account or anything like that, and they're citing them as well as this other Kim Jinyan person. I can't even find them. You know, the account that pops up isn't even like active. So again, it is odd. It is very odd. It has me questioning the kind of validity of some of these kind of things, but of course, maybe it is real, right? And as I said, if you live in LA, maybe go take a picture and put it on Twitter or something, because of course, you know, I think it would help in terms of, you know, people trying to find out whether this is actually real or not. But for the time being, we can only kind of speculate whether this is real or not. And obviously, I'll get back to you if there's any kind of update on this. But as you know, we've kind of gone through in real time, I'm not seeing any kind of links to the original source here, right? And it is disappointing because it would be cool to have a cool publicity stunt like this from Filian. And if that is the case, and if that is real, that is really, really cool. But as I said, you know, we're only going off of one news thing here. I haven't seen any other posts kind of talking about this. It is always better just to stay skeptical for now. But hey, we'll see. Maybe I get proven wrong. Maybe something comes up and it is actually real. So we'll have to wait and see, right? But if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.